of you for attending. We're going to see a lot more of these formats. What we're trying to do today and what we'll do into the future is try and bring our vendors and our members together on a more frequent basis. So that's kind of our objective. I want to give you a quick overview, and again, sharing of where we are, where Master Nursery is. This is something we have not done with our vendors in the past. It's something we will do more of. The vendors are part of our team, so they're going to see what's going on with Master. We had a very successful year in 2014. We realized that 9.38% growth, and that was despite a 4% shrinkage in California, which we wrote off mostly to the drought. We saw a definite downturn in the back half of the year. I think that says well for what we've done in the Midwest and the East Coast, so we're very pleased with that. We are budgeting at 10% growth in 2015, just to give you an idea for where we are. I think this is the big one right here. We paid back to our members. We get the co-op with in arrears 3 years on the rebates. We have paid back our members $361,000. So we're current until the end of the year. We expect to pay our 2014 base to you probably in the second quarter of 2015. So that speaks well for where we're going. That also speaks well to the fact that you folks are buying product through Master Nursery Garden Centers. It's your co-op. You need to continue to do that. We negotiate discounts for you. It's important that you do that. We increased our rebate income by $148,000. That is primarily in hard good rebates. That will be a focus point for us over the next couple of years. We've identified I should have used the I word. We've identified that with the new co-op distributor relationships we have with the folks like Bradley Caldwell, Central Garden and Pet. We're rebuilding that relationship. There are some significant rebates that are available to the co-op out there that we've not capitalized on before. We will be capitalizing on that now. We're in the midst of negotiations on a couple of them that will end up with money back into the co-op, back into your pockets is where we're headed for. A big one, high sensitivity. We spent a couple of years with a 1% participation fee. That was eliminated in August of 2014. I do not see any reason we would want to do that again, but the good news is it's gone. I think that's another benefit to us. And I think we've done, Jeff Lafferty, who most of you know is our CEO, has done a very, very good job of getting the finances of the corporation under control. And we've turned from 5-6 years ago to being unprofitable to now being profitable, paying back all of the rebates that wrote to you folks. So I think the future for the co-op and for you guys who participated, you folks who participated, is very, very positive. We've not used our line of credit. We will dip into it a little bit during the winter months, but I think that speaks well to where the co-op's sitting. We're flat, we're lean, we're mean, we're focused on building the relationships between our vendors and our members. That's really what we're all about. We're going to find the best vendors we can, and then we're going to push the hell out of you guys to use those vendors, and that's what it comes down to. We've made the decision to, for the time being, foreseeable future, we'll say, eliminate the conclave. John Pugh and myself looked at it and said, the conclave worked, it had its time, but what we've identified in the last 2 years was that we saw the same 100 members at the conclave every year. We didn't get the Midwest, we didn't get the West Coast, anything like that. So the decision is, the conclave is gone, and we're calling Take Me to the Streets, and that means we're going to have a lot more of these meetings at major trade shows throughout the country. Right now, we're committed to, we did Sense this year. We're doing, obviously, Mance here today. We'll do Cultivate 15 in July, I guess it is. We'll do Chicago IGC, and then we'll also do Chicago East Coast in Baltimore in this location. And we will do the Far West show at this point in time, for the shows that we've committed ourselves to. And we'll evaluate how that goes. Yes, John?
And the New England Grow Show.
And the New England Grow, yes, you're absolutely correct. We will have, with the exception of New England Grow, we will have a booth at every one of those locations. And I think if you guys haven't, please take the time to come down to the booth downstairs, and we'll walk you through the significant changes that we are making. So it's pretty significant. Next one, Jim. And what we're after we've got to gain exposure. The one thing we have found, big clear message to you guys, our communication, Master Nursery's communication to our members has been primarily for the last 10 years to the owners. It's worked to a point, but it hasn't worked as effectively as it needs to. We need to get to your buyers. When we've rebuilt our team over the last couple of years, I started driving our communication to the buyers, having your member support salespeople go to your members, and I go to your buyers, and we had buyers saying, I've never seen the source book before. I didn't know they were a vendor. And what it came down to, and we've turned it around by about $3 million, John, last year. We had about $3 million worth of vendors who were billing around co-op. Not by their intent. You guys, your buyers didn't know, so they weren't asking the question, are you a Master Nursery vendor? If the guy knows it's a Master Nursery vendor, they process the order through Master Nurseries. It's our responsibility, it's your responsibility to make sure you ask those questions, because you're going to save somewhere between 10, 15, whatever the number is, whatever that particular grower. But it's our responsibility. It's not really the sales reps. They don't know who, we are not big on putting signs up that say Master Nursery Garden Centers. It's your garden center. We want to keep your name to it. So it's your responsibility to ask those questions. We're going to add more and more updates on what's going on with Masters. We've got an awful lot of things happening. Again, come to the booth, we'll walk you through those. We're just now getting to this point. We're not successful yet. The buyers are beginning to understand. We've had more calls from your buyers in the last 3 months looking for material, be it green goods, be it hard goods, whatever. So they're beginning to see the benefit of Masters. This is a new format. This is the best attendance I've had at a show in the 2 years that I've been here. It's still not real good. So we need you guys to come to the trade shows, and when you're at the trade shows, please commit yourself to attending. Please bring your buyers with you. Same consistent message. We can't bring you the benefits if you don't attend the shows, and you don't attend the meetings. If you've got comments, the source book, has all of us in it. Please call me, please call John. Even though John is retiring in September, boo-hoo. But please feel free to give us a call. I mean, that's what we need feedback from you guys. What I have seen in the 2 years that I've been here, that we haven't had sufficient feedback. That's not necessarily your fault. We didn't reach out for it. We're now reaching. So please come back at us. And we're open to criticisms. So, and praise too, that's all right too. I'm going to flip it to 2015. I'm cautiously optimistic, and I say cautiously because I'm concerned about availability of product. Assuming we make budget for the year, which I think is doable, we will be paying our rebates to you guys in March through June, so that will keep us current from that point of view. And I'm optimistically predicting that we will pay for probably the first time in 10 years?
Yeah,
at least 10 years we will pay dividends back to our membership. 10 years. So that's a goal. It's a personal goal. It's a co-op goal. So buy everything you can through the co-op, and we'll give you a dividend at the end. I think this is key. I don't think we've had the mutual respect for our vendors over the last number of years. I've been a vendor through two pieces of my life. The old Master Nurseries many years ago, good level of respect existed. In the last number of years, I didn't see that. My job, one of my jobs is that vendor relationships. We're doing our best to reach out to our key existing vendors, improve that relationship, put more volume into them. We've reduced 18 vendors in the last 24 months, primarily in the woody ornamental side of things. We brought on a number of new ones also, but that net number has gone down. And that is going to stay down. It's as important that we drive our volume through those guys that are supporting those vendors that are supporting us. We'll bring on new ones, but only as it's justified. As our volume grows, we may bring on new ones at that point. Again, I've hit on this, but it's a key. You guys need to have your buyers know who Master Nursery is, what we offer, what we can give to you. We are available, John, myself, Kurt, come out and do an educational seminar for your staff at any one of your shows, any one of your stores. I don't care if it's 7 a.m. in the morning before everybody starts. I don't care if it's 9 o'clock at night when everybody finishes. Our team's available. We've reached out here and we have a strategic alliance going with HDTV. I think it's an important one. Decision was made by Master Nurseries to say that in our touring of garden centers, the one thing we didn't see was the 25 through 45-year-old age group. So we want to reach out to that millennial age group and use the HGTV. We're also associated with Leach Roses doing an Anna's Promise product through Downton Abbey. That's a very significant part of what we'll be doing, is making sure that we increase the level of exposure of our garden centers through promotions with HGTV and other associated type of programs. We've looked at where we are from a green goods point of view, from a color point of view. We need more color into the programs. So we had brought on in the last couple of months, we brought Country Raisins, who is a Midwest annual perennial grower for us, Cal Color on the West Coast, and Perennial Farm locally. So those are all color additives that we're bringing that back in. I'm expecting that to bring in another $5 to $7 million worth of sales into the co-op in the next couple of years. We're looking for new, value-added, qualified growers. Very selected, very narrow. So if you've got somebody, I want to talk to them about it. And again, this is our big thing. More clout into the growers we've got also. Distributors. We've changed our distributor relationship to Bradley Caldwell on the East Coast. That has been a very, very strong change. That's going to bring some significant revenue into the organization. Our sales with Bradley Caldwell are very strong. They're a good team. There are different things we're doing. We're traveling with them. We're bringing their salespeople in. They're educating us. We're educating them. So I see that as being a good source of revenue for the organization. We're doing that same thing right now with Central Garden and Pet in the Midwest. We're having some conversations there trying to rebuild that relationship. And between Bradley, who have a new sales team in the Midwest, and what we have with Central Garden, I think I'll see that Midwest Association grow too. We have a new marketing and communication person, and this is for both our growers, our vendors on the hard goods side of things, and from a member point of view. Jamie Granger, who is our new marketing and communication person, and newly engaged also. So welcome, Jamie. Jamie's been with us since August. Her focus is to promote our growers and our manufacturers to you guys through our website, through Facebook. And if our members have something that you've been very successful with and are willing to share, we would love to post that on Facebook. If you have an event coming up that you want to promote through Facebook, we'd be very, very happy to do that. You guys, as members, the vendors have not used that opportunity to communicate. We see both Facebook and our new website, which we're hoping will be up and operational in late March, is focused to do that. It's not focused on the consumer, it's focused on Master Nursery growers, Master Nursery vendors, and our members. She's available via email, whatever you want to get to us, but we'll do that. So, our vendors for the day. We have Randy from HDTV. We have Ken from Van Essen, back in the corner. We have the guys from Monrovia here. We have R.A. Dudley, and then we'll finish up with Littlebrook for the day. So, Randy, do you want to take a run at it?